Hello and welcome everyone, it's your boy Logic and we're here with an Uno Reverse King of the Hill. So a King of the Hill of course is where if you win you stay at the top and you continue to play. However, what does Uno Reverse mean? What does it mean to you guys? Well, let's discuss it. How are we doing, Mr. Blackthorn? How are we doing, CJ? Now Uno Reverse works in this way, so as we can see here, Mr. Chad Thorgrim has gone with Dwarfs and no bands, and as I still runner here is going to be going with the Dark Elves, and what they're going to be doing is they're going to be building armies for each other. Streaming indeed, Mr. Blackthorn. How are we? How are we? I hope we're well. But yes, they're going to be building armies for each other, and that's where it starts to get fun. Now, what you can try and do is you can try and do a couple of ways here, where you can try and build depending on what you think your opponent's going to give you, or there's many things you can do, or you can literally just try and screw over your opponent as much as you like. But that's going to be pretty interesting. Of course, here on Outdoor Outskirts, it can be quite interesting to do. And with the Dowie for sure, everything must be done by banner rolls, so you can't just give, for example, 15 bloated corpses and say good luck. You know, it's going to be pretty fun. Mr. Down Under Blunder, how are we, my friend? You may ask me something. Of course you can, CJ. You can always send me a message. Yes, of course you can. Okie dokie, so how is everyone doing today? Are you guys excited for the stream? Is it something that you've ever seen before, or is it something you've never seen? Also, I'm going to be asking you guys a question, just so I knowledge as well. I'm going to ask you guys a question here in a second, in regards to something in the future. Let's see what else we got here. So let's grab Slanesh. Alrighty, so perfect. A little question for you guys there, but I hope we're all doing well. What is the King of the Hill rules? So the rules are pretty simple. Let's go through them here. So for this specific King of the Hill, banner rules must be applied. You have 5 minutes to build your army. Your opponents have to bring a maximum of one spellcaster, a minimum of one spellcaster with at least one spell. The maximum you can bring is 2 spellcasters with a maximum of 8 total spells. So you know you're not going to get 3 caster with all max spells on, and it's just silly. Perfect. Brilliant. So we'll grab this. We'll copy image. Yeah, that looks nice in general. We'll just make sure that we send that to Storm. So we already have a build here from the man himself. So it's quite an interesting army. It's an army that's set, so it is an army that we can talk about. So it's 5 Bleak Swords. It looks like here we have 4 units of the Black Hawk Corsair Anti-Infantry. We're going to have some Dark Shards with shields, Dark Shards without, Dark Shards with, without, and the ROR with just a single unit of shielded Dark Riders. So yeah, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting stuff indeed. What's going to be so far? Looks like a lot of people liking Khorne at the moment. Interesting. So yeah, so the rules also are that you must spend the 12,400. Yes, you can still join. So people are trying to join at this moment. If you guys would like to play, feel free to join in. Go on into the Discord. I'm sure one of the mods here can share that. And if you'd still like to play, please feel free to sign up. Just drop a message there on the Discord in the main general page. And yeah, head on in. Head on in. Well, today I got booted out of my own Discord account for no reason. So do you know why that might be? Unfortunately, that will be out of my knowledge. I don't really deal too directly with specifically Discord. There we go. So Mr. Blackthorn has dropped in a Discord link. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that, Mr. Ducky. And yeah, I'm not too sure why you would have got potted out. You might have said somebody might have reported you. I really don't know, mate, to be quite honest. What I would do is message Discord. They normally have a helpline. Message in there and see what they say. Some of the best way around going around it. So as I see, we should be having Storm with his build. Oh, fantastic. Copy image. Should be able to message Grumbrindle there. It's an interesting build coming in from Storm. So looks like we have two runes. We have the Rune of Oath and Steel, and then we have the Rune of Slowness. So looks like these guys are being pretty fair to each other. So it looks like here we have a Rune Lord. We have a Rune Smith. We have a normal Lord. 5 units of just normal miners. 5 units of Dwarf Warriors. 2 of them being the Great Weapon variety, 3 normals. 3 units of Hammerers. 2 units of Corridors with Great Weapons. And 2 units of the Great Weapon Rangers. So that's interesting with the throwing axes. That's a build. That is a build. Grumbrindle is laughing, which is quite funny. I think Grumbrindle was quite kind to to Storm for sure. I think I'll see what spells he had for him, but this is quite funny. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a tournament like this before. Have you guys ever seen something like this before? I don't know if you ever have, but it should be interesting. It does mean there'll be a little bit more longer times in between the two, but hopefully we'll see some stuff that you guys have never seen before. And also we had a little bit more downtime where you guys can ask me some personal questions. I have some huge stuff coming forward. The only thing that is a problem at the moment is I'm having to do a lot of background work at the moment to try and make sure that it's all coming together. We have truckloads of content. So it should be fantastic going forward, but unfortunately getting that big content out means that I can't always have big content all the time like I was doing it. So if you've just forgotten your password, CJ, maybe you just need to reset it. I don't know if it resets over a certain amount of time. I mean, I know mine hasn't, and mine's an automatic sign-in, but maybe try and see if you can get to one of the Discord devs, and they should be able to sort you out for sure. Perfect, so these guys know what they're doing. So yeah, it looks like the spells that are here, we have, is that Pendulum and Mystify Miasma? Okay, so we have some, Mystify Miasma is a bit of a joke, so I like that. Pendulum is the dirty one. I think I do some work up against Mr. Chad Thorgrim. Thank you for the armies. I gave you such nice units. I'll remember this, Storm. Oh, dear God. That's funny. So this is the thing, you know, you could be nice to your opponent or you could be terrible. Who knows? So that's how it looks. It's like Khorne is going to be still people's most favorite by quite a way. I mean, the one thing I'd love to see them implement into games such as... So a lot of Nurgle units you'll find in Vermintide 2, and most of them are Nurgle related. One thing I'd really like to see is things like Khorne Berserkers, you know, Berserkers with really heavy armor. That'd be really cool to see in things like Vermintide, and I'm super excited for them in the Total War Warhammer 3, that's for sure. But yeah, awesome stuff. Alright, so we'll be playing on outdoor outskirts, so it should be relatively interesting. And, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this indeed. Ah, Complex, you're back in. But you seem to be a different Complex. Good evening, Mr. Zypher. How are we, my friend? It's been a while. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Also, I hope you all appreciate the picture. The Uno reverse cards on there were gorgeous. Also never struck me that you guys might not know what Uno is. It says you're in my Discord. For sure. It doesn't have a picture. It doesn't have your normal picture on there. Alright, so on the outdoor outskirts here, outside the Empire City. What are we going to have today? So we are going to have Dark Elves up against the Derby, and there's been some dirty stuff at play. Great, actually. Good, man. I'm really good that you're doing. I'm really glad you're doing well, buddy. I really am. Don't often get to see a fellow elf main in action. Well, this is true. This is true. Dark Elf one indeed. So if you don't know, some people don't know what Uno is, Deadly Bunnies. I threw the name around, and a few people didn't know what Uno was, which was really shocking to me. You know, I see a lot of the big streamers on Twitch. You know, they throw up Uno games a lot. You know, and I know a lot of guys that do it as well. So apparently, there's all the different manner and rules to play it as well, which. You know, watching it myself, I didn't quite understand it at first. I was like, oh, these aren't the rules that I played. But yeah, a lot of people didn't know, man. It surprised me as well. But yeah, Zypher, this way here, although it is going to be a main, actually Grombrindle built the build for Stormrunner here today. And Stormrunner built the Dowie build here for Grombrindle. So that's what makes this pretty fun. So, we have already really gone through this, but as we can see here, we have only one unit here of the Dark Riders with shields. We're going to have the Bolt Fiends. And here over the left-hand side, we have the Dark Shards with shields, Dark Shards with shields, and then 2 normal Dark Shards. We are going to have the Sorceress of Shadows, who's actually not a bad pick here. No AoE spells, but we will have Pendulum and Mystify my Asthma with the Smoke and Mirrors. In the front, though, we are going to have the Anti-Infantry Blackheart Corsairs. Not brilliant against the Dowie, I must admit. They do lack that armor piercing and truckloads of Bleak Swords. In general, a pretty favourable army here, but we are going to be having Loki of Fellheart in the sky. You will be having the Deadly Onslaught, the Deaded Duelist, as well as Noxious Breath, and Helm of the Kraken with Merciless Slaver. So, in general, interesting army. So, here in the front for the Derby and Mr. Chad Thoric, we'll be having Minus in the front. Lots of armor piercing, to be fair. No blasting charges, because we weren't very kind here with Mr. Stormrunner. But we'll have the Dwarf Warrior Great Weapons in the back. Some Dwarf Warriors mixing around as well with some Quarter Great Weapons. Rangers with Great Weapons. And it looks like here we're going to be having a Runesmith. Here we'll have the Ironbeard's Ring, the Rune of Oath and Steel, and the Rune of Salonus. We'll also have the Lord here, who will have Stand Your Ground, Foe Seeker, and the Iron Warden's Hammer. And over here on the right, some more great weapons. Quarrelers, more, and more, with 3 units of hammers in the back. Now, I don't know. So we do have the Dark Rider shields in the back. I don't know what they have to do with hammers. I actually don't think. They could just shoot them. But the dwarves are super wide here. They are super wide. And they're coming with vengeance as well. These bad boys can do bits. We will have some more miners in the trees. But we need to keep those hammers back for sure. For sure. If they go through to the front line and they start doing work and we don't shut down the 5 units of the Dark Shards, it could be very, very interesting. Uno with custom rules. Yeah, man, it's pretty fun. I thought this was a cool idea. The only downside with such an event is, of course, they have to send me in builds. I have to approve them and then send in the builds onwards, and then they have to build them. So a normal 5-minute wait time ends up being 10 minutes. So it means there's a bit more downtime, but it means you guys get to talk to me a little bit more. I know, I apologise. But it means you get to ask me some more questions about the stuff coming forward. I mean, we have lots of really, really cool stuff that I have planned. So it should be pretty fun. Yeah, they do have 5 AP missiles, but of course then they have truckloads of miners to deal with as well. Like if they only focus down the hammers, then the rest of the build will just wipe them, because this front line is going to lose. But I see your point, buddies. I see your point. Point made, understood, and received. This should be interesting. Mr. Captain Morgan, the newest Shortbeard. How are you doing, my friend? How are we? Well, you're not the newest anymore. There has been a few since you. So for those that don't know what the Shortbeard League is, it is the brand new the Newcomers League here on the channel. So it's the league. So you guys come in, you play your games, and we're in Season 1 currently now. We're halfway through. We're nearly at a week. But then very shortly, we'll be moving on to Season 2. It normally takes about 2 weeks to finish a season. We then finish it off with the Nordgrimling's Ironbreaker tournament, which everybody can enter. So all of you guys that have just joined will be able to enter the tournament, and then we'll see how you get on from there, which should be pretty fun. Nice, man. I'm glad that you're excited to see all the stuff. Looks like the miners here are going to be fighting up against the Black Ark Corsairs. Armor piercing is going to go down, but anti-infantry here on the Black Ark Corsairs, but low armor piercing from them, so a pretty interesting fight. Financially, it's going to favour a little bit more here on the miners, as they're going to be way cheaper. But it looks like now they are going to get assisted by some range, so they are going to break pretty quickly. Miners in the trees fighting up against Black Ark Corsairs. They have been stretched quite a bit. We are going to have the miners pushing in the background as well. And pushing into the front line now, we are going to have the Knight Bleak Swords fighting up against the Dwarf Warriors in the front line. We are going to be having the Rune Lord here, who does have all of his fantastic stats, including that Perfect Vigor, whilst he's above 50% leadership, which is quite nice here. Don't see the Rune Lord very often, but he's going to be coming in with the big punches here, really dealing that damage here up against the Bleak Swords. Shots are going to be firing here into the Bolt Fiends. Keeping the hammers should be nice and back here. Yes, the hammers are going to be at the back, and doing pretty well indeed. Hammers are going to start to move into the trees with that bit of added protection as well, so that's quite nice for them. Some hammers in the back, just going to wait here. Some Dark Riders are going to be pushing themselves into the middle pockets. Can we do something here with these fast entities? 92 speed, making them very good here in general. Getting drawn apart here, though, we can see we are going to be running away with one Dark Shard shooting here up against the Miners. Balance power is even, but I'm sure here slightly favouring the Dark Elves, in my opinion. We've broken 3 Miners now, and so we have another unit in the trees that have been caught. They're not as sly as they once thought. Our short friends. But in the front, looks like here we are going to be winning with the Mass Dowie. I think this Dowie just needs to push through. They need to ignore the rest of the front line. Some of it is going to lose, but we do have hammers. We also have rangers with great weapons here that can really fire through into the front line. We need to get these boys through and start dealing here with the Dark Shards in the back. Now we are going to need those hammers. We are going to need the Quarrelers with great weapons as well here to fight up against the big bad lord in the sky. Not even really sure he is, actually. He's going to be in the back over here, so he's going to be fighting up against these miners here in the back. On his fantastic Black Dragon. Has Dreaded Duelist, has all the excellent stats that you would need, but these miners are certainly going to be running for the hills. On this guy, what's he got here? 90 speed, so he should be able to catch up pretty nicely here. Shots are going to be going into the trees, though. A lot of this ammunition is going to get wasted here into the miners, and it's a very good play there from Mr. Grumbrindo. Doesn't mind losing miners there for that damage, but in the front here, we are going to be having Dark Shards here fighting up against the triple threat with the Dwarf Warriors, Lord, and the Runesmith. Then we will be having the Rune of Slowness, which was very kindly given here. And he will be fighting in the front line, trying to remove what he can and where. Now, they must continue to keep microed, because if they don't, they will continuously fight in combat. But in comes the dragon. Loki fell hard. Nothing really here to deal with him, unfortunately. We could use perhaps the Rune of Oath and Steel, trying to see if we get that added armor here for the Lord. It's like Stand Your Ground and Foe Seeker for himself, in that increase in speed and melee defense and leadership. Shots are going to come through. The range of the great weapons will absolutely decimate Loki Fail Hearts if you're not careful. Runord also has 60 base melee defense, which is actually huge when you think about it. We have no healing here for the Black Dragon, and he is taking an absolute thumping here by these rangers. Fantastic stuff. Balance is actually going to start to skirt into the Dowie favor. Ooh, that's a really nice one. Just missed there, looks like up against the Hammerers. Moving away is going to be the Sorceress of Shadows, and the Hammerers are inbound. Now, if they don't get caught here, I'm hoping they don't. Looks like they're not going to. One Hammer here is going to be thumping. Nah, they've all turned around. That's a little bit unfortunate. We're now going to kite with the Dark Shards. Maybe a breath attack across here as well could be really nice. Mystify Miasma, perhaps? No, Rune of Oath and Steel. Oh, that's so much damage. 130 armor though, no joke in that front line. No silver shield though, so you do have to be careful. Lord is getting shot here in the middle. You need to push forward here as much as you humanly can, or dwarfily can. In the middle though, so we are going to start to lose the Runesmith. He's going to struggle to fight here in the middle. 1.2k health for him. Shots in the back here from the Quarrels with great weapons, as they're going to get popped on here by the Sorceress of Shadows. Now, she only has 40 armor, and these great weapons can certainly thump a good one. Over here, though, looks like we have some miners trying to pop into the back on top of the Dark Shards with shields, trying to stop them from shooting indeed. But here, looks like it's going to be a bit of a kite fest going forward. Looks like here, the Rangers with great weapons are going to be fighting here up against Loki Fahar. They are an absolute must-keep. If you lose them, you're in serious trouble trying to fight up against Loki. What I'll try and do now is try and see if you can pin him in, get the hammers in, and try and thump all at the same time. He's not going to fly away. This is where you get the nice range in and try and see if you can get some good AP up against Loki. Looks like he's going to get away, so you're not going to quite get that value where you wanted it. So now you just need to get your forces back together here and try and see if you can push forward as a nice group. The Dowie here, especially when they get spread apart, are very, very vulnerable. So here we are going to be broken from the Bleak Swords. The Blackout Corsairs are broken as well. We have some hammers with that 28 speed chasing after the 33 speed Dark Shards. So even if they get a little gap there, which is unlikely, even if they get a gap considering charge, they're not going to be going too far. So throwing axes, going into the Sorceress of Shadows. I'm sure she's going to be pretty low on the mana at the moment, so perhaps a little bit better if we fire into the Dark Shard shields. Moving forward with the hammers and also the Lord, going to be chasing after the Dark Shards. We actually have the Blackhawk Corsairs moving forward. We should be able to throw some axes in here and do some really, really good work. Dark Shards are now going to be shooting into the flank of the Rangers, very lowly armoured at 40. So they're going to take a bit of a brunt here in the front line, that's for sure. Low ammunition of the Quarrels with great weapons. Big Aza, what are you saying, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a little while, actually. But as we can see over here, we have some Dwarf Warriors with those great weapons. And they're certainly doing pretty well here up against the Blackhawk Corsairs. They do have 80 armor, so they can certainly do pretty well there. The great weapons here for the Rangers. Yeah, done some pretty nice work. They've cleared them apart pretty quickly. They have broken. But now we need to really push over and start dealing with these Dark Shards. They are going to start running out of ammunition. This is going to be a super close game here between these two. But what do we have left here in the pocket? That's the question. The hammers are going to be getting fired upon here in the middle pocket. Broken are going to be the hammers. Shots here firing up against Lokia Fellheart. So one hammer has gone down. We've also lost a Dwarf Warrior with the great weapons. And also we've lost a Ranger with the great weapons. We do have some miners back in. We should have the second unit. Yes, we have the second unit of the Dwarf Warrior's great weapons on the right hand side. If we lost a second, that looks like to be the only hammers left. I thought we had more hammers than that, but it looks like we are going to lose that as well. So we have 32 speed for the Lord. So the Lord should have enough charge bonus to catch, I would have thought, what we're talking about. 30 charge is no joke. It's about the same as Nakai, actually. But, yeah, we are going to have the Rangers with great weapons back online. They should be able to shoot here pretty comfortably. Looks like the Dark Shard shields are going to be shooting here into the Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. Sorry, not Dwarf Warriors. The Rangers with great weapons. But we have run out of ammunition from the Quarrelers. We should be having, what, 3 volleys? Yeah, so 3 volleys should be enough to do some good damage against the Dark Shards, but they're going to suck in melee combat. Ah, there's the other hammers. I thought there was another hammer here. They're just going to be chasing up against the Dark Shards. Now what you could do is you could bring the sorceress over here, and you could also bring Loki Fellheart over to try and see if you can snipe out the hammers on their own. Like maybe a nice breath attack could do quite nicely. But it's like over here we are going to be having the Lord. He's going to be fighting up against Rune of Slowness. Very nice stuff. So Rune of Slowness going to be affected here on the Dark Shards with shields. They're going to be getting hit pretty hard here, moving in with the miners and the nice AP as well. But where's Loki? That's the question. So Loki is going to be in the trees. I'm not too sure. Looks like he's going to be not microed so effectively there. There's not going to be chasing after too much. Dark Shards in the trees. Lots of ammunition left. Looks like 8. I can do some very good punch there for sure. Last volley is going to be entering here up against the Dark Shards. They're going to be shooting in the back here up against the hammers. We now need to start moving all the forces forward here together. So the Sorceress has managed to break. Oh, breaking it. Ah, she's chasing off the hammers. Okay. Very close game here. Balance of power is going to be in the Dark Elf favour, mostly just because there's probably lots of value left to Lokir. Don't know how many breath attacks we have utilised yet, but we can certainly see more coming forward. Black Ark Corsairs are inbound. Are they going to go off there? Looks like they went off. Super close here. I'm not sure what sort of mana we're talking about with the Sorceress's Shadows. Probably out of mana, if I'm honest. Otherwise, she'd be over here. So this is where it starts to become a little bit dicey, because we now got a dragon up against the hammers. Now the hammers do have better splash damage, but it's not really going to aid them here up against Lokir. But they have a good thump. They don't have much anti-large, but they have lots of armor piercing. They are going to have negative leadership of 4 plus -8 from fear, and then they have a multiplier of terror. But they need to fight together, get their multi-models here fighting. Now lots of these arrows are going to be hurting up against Lokir as well, but the thump is certainly going to hurt, but they are going to break. That is a problem. There really wasn't any support with them, and that is the problem with the Dowie. They've now been broken up against Lokir. And that's the very elite unit that we have lost there. All these units are going to be separated, and it looks like the Rangers are great weapons. They are going to get spotted. Can we get some volleys through? That's the question. So we are in target. We are in range. Can we do it? Looks like a couple of volleys are going to come inbound. Not so many. Oh, they broke. Okay. So it looks like they broke. That's a really big shame. I don't know why they broke. They really weren't anywhere near. Maybe you don't have to be so near. But it should be a 40-meter radius effect on leadership, and they have 80 range, so questionable. But it looks like here we have a Runesmith and a Rune Lord, just a normal Lord, chasing after the Dark Shards. At this point, they kind of need to split up as well. No, there's only 2 ammunition left here. Maybe they don't need to split up. But it's looking pretty dire. Sorcerer should be able to chase off most of this now. I think this is the Dark Elves to lose. I'm pretty sure it's the Dark Elves to lose here. So more often than not, this is actually regular, like normally Dark Elf favoured for the most part. But I've seen a lot of people win as the Dowie. So we are going to be chasing off the Dark Shards. That's a big win. What I'll do is keep the Runesmith after them, and then drop the Rune Lord in this direction. But it looks like lots of ammunition have been utilised. So fully there from that one, and we have, is it still 8? Still 8 from this one. Okay. Dwarf Warriors are great weapons. Everything's gonna struggle here at the end against Lokir, because he just has -12 base leadership when you're anywhere near him. So you just insta break, unfortunately. Shots going into the Dwarf Warriors as well. That's -5 from the range. It's already -17, and you haven't even fought yet. And that's not even including the multiplier to terror. So yeah, that is pretty painful. These hammers aren't going to do anything. They've got 2 leadership. They go anywhere near anything here, I'm pretty sure they're going to break. Looks like the Dark Shards are coming back. And here we go. This is where it's going down, I think. All breath attack here on the Runesmith. Stand your ground. For that increases the leadership as well. He's now going to hop on and try and kill the Lord. So we have the Runesmith broken. Yeah, the Runesmith is broken. It's now going to the Lord up against Lokir Fellheart. But we do have some Dwarf Warriors with great weapons left. Now, Balance of Power is hugely in the Dark Elf favour. Try to see if we get the man here fighting up against the dragon. He is certainly chomping. Lord is going to have negative leadership, and that is going to be Balance of Power. What a very, very interesting first game. Mr. Bob, how are we? Hope we're doing well, my friend. Who is who in this match? Grombrindle is the Dwarfs, and Stormrunner was the Dark Elves. So, Mr. DBD Stormrunner, 1.5k here for Lokir Fellheart, 550 for the Sorceress of Shadows, with 420, 320, 270, 280, and 220 from the Bleak Sword. So, yeah, pretty good overall. Looking somewhere probably on average of about the high 200s, low 300s. 128 for 530, 400, 430 and 240 for the Black Ark Corsairs, or 1018, 650 for the Dark Shards, 900, 1480 for 123 kills, with 66 for 1330, with 322 here for the Dark Shards with shields. Let's hear 650 for the Lord, with 326 for the Runesmith, with 240, 83, 230, 210, and 56 for the Miners. 350, 430, and 470 for the Dwarf Warrior. So pretty good overall, pretty good. With 600 and 240 here for the Dwarf Warrior. Great weapons. 120 kills for 900 for the Hammerers. Looks like 63 for 320, and 104 kills for 1,036 for the Hammerers as well. 1,184, 700 for the Quarrelers with great weapons, with 790, and 625 for the Rangers with great weapons. Very nice indeed. I think, yeah, Mr. Stormrunner was a little bit harsher to Chad. You can never trust an elf. Oh, mate, that's funny. This is how you trust in elves and never trust an elf. Oh, funny. Alright, well, that's an interesting first game. Discord DM's not sure if it's too important. I will double check, Mr. Mucklock. Hello. Aha, thank you, thank you. There are some problems with it, yes. Let me double check here and see what's going on. Doesn't always work. Don't know why it does that sometimes. Sometimes it just oh, it's working for me. It's working for me. Okay. Yeah, that's working for me. Nice. Oh, so it's like I switched a little bit here. So out of the 16 votes, it looks like it's turning around a little bit there on the Chaos Gods. Alright, so let's get the next guys in, shall we? So, we are going to be having... Alright. Looks like lots of people are getting involved now, that's good. There are quite a few to get through here today, which is absolutely awesome. I love to see that. So we have Mr. Artisan Tech Priest West. So let's get him involved. Right, so we'll be moving on to the next map, which is going to be Bloodpine Woods. Fantastic. So, Mr. Grombriddle, thank you very much, my friend. You take care. Mr. Artisan Tech Priest West, let's get you in here, my friend. There we go. Fantastic. Good luck, Stormrunner. I've got to finish adulting. Ah, it's the worst, adulting. Absolutely the worst. Yes, Mucklock, to answer your question, it looks all good to me. I'll actually quickly send you a DM. I love it. Alrighty. Gruckney indeed. Mr. Grumriddle, hello. How are we? So we'll finish off that vote. We'll see how we get on. It's a good lesson to never trust the elves, indeed. Don't forget to update the scores. Yes, thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Storm Runner. Not used to this whole thing. I don't stream anywhere near as much as I'd like to. I must be honest. Oh. There we go. Artisan Tech Priest West. Nice. Alright. So Chaos Ban Wood Elves. Should probably ban my accounts if I were you, buddy. Yes. Alright, so it looks like it's going to be Darby up against Chaos. Okay, this should be pretty fun. Right, who do you think is going to win then? I've created a new Dwarven armies. After my last test, everything goes to plan. High elves are nothing counter to dwarves. Ooh. Interesting, Mr. Grumblindor. I'd like to see this. I would like to see this. And the duel with rats. I actually did a cast with the duel with rats, and there was a big win for the Derby. There is, so if I'm the Chaos player and I'm picking my armies, obviously in this one we're not going to pick, but what you would normally do is you'd pick something, say, what would be pretty good? You could go Sigfold. Sigfold would be more than acceptable. And then you would go double Manticore, and then you might go double Exalted Hero on horses. Pretty tough to deal with, and then you could go... just great weapons, lots of great weapons, and it is pretty difficult to deal with. Or if you really want, you go Sarthriel. If you know, obviously you can't do that because not enough magic, as I've just realised. But you could go otherwise Sarthriel. No matter what happens, the dwarf player is always the loser. You behave, Zypher. You behave. So yeah, so for all of you guys that are going to be watching the short big as well, this is something we're going to talk about here. Ooh, looks like here we have a 56 to 44 for the Karasankor. Ooh, interesting. So for the short big league, through all of the games we're going to be doing here for the newer players, we'll also be throwing out some data. So that'll be data of who played who, how the matches went, and we'll be able to see on a new player variety of how those matches went. And then what we can try and do is try and see if we get a repetitive pattern here to see sort of where the matchups are going, how it sort of works on the newer game. And then if we do get that league going in the topper space, we can then see there how it differentiates between newer players and probably some more experienced players in the topper leagues if we get a bigger league going. Out of interest for you guys here that are playing, you know, we've got Grom Brindle's pretty experienced in the community, Mr. Blackthorn, Bob Tresh, yourself as well as Zypher, and a few others here as well that are pretty well versed here in the Warhammer community. How do you guys feel about a bigger league for you guys? We've also got the Shortbeard tournament. So we could, you know, let's call it the Longbeard tournament for now, but this will be a tournament that's open to anybody but new players. So it's only the best of the best will play in this tournament. There'll be a couple of leagues as well where people can hop in and play some games. How do you feel about a big league where you do best of threes or best of fives, whatever you guys decide you think is best, and you can work your way up the ranks in that way? You know, sort of a Premiership, Championship, League 1, League 2 style. And you can sort of work your way up through the ranks. How do you guys feel about that? You totally participate in a league format? Awesome. Can we call it the No Beard tournament? Because screw Dowie. Yeah, I play. Awesome. So the way it would run is it wouldn't run the way. So the way the Shortbeards run is a little bit opposite. What I try to do is I try to fire people through the tournaments, and if you win in the top league, you then leave the league. Essentially, you've become too good to continue playing in the Shortbeard, and the whole idea is it's meant to fire and catapult people into the community. So at that point, they've played enough that they're good, and they should be able to go playing in other tournaments now. And then at the end of that season, we'll be having the inaugural Grimblings tournament, which is where basically these guys can get tournament experience as well as league experience. So that will give them a good level of experience to get exposed into the better game. And then this one will work where it will literally just be a top league where all the top players will continuously try and play for the prize that is at the top. So hopefully we should be able to work that out. But if you guys are interested, of course, we'll look into it. Maybe I'll do a sign-up page and see if we can get another league going. I would definitely play. Awesome. Awesome. I like that. I like that a lot. And of course, we can then draw some stats from that as well. So what we'll do, so the way the Shortbeard League works is we have the Shortbeard like chat. We then have the Shortbeard stats. And then we'll also have like the Shortbeard like replays. So the way it works every week is I grab all of the replays together. I condense those replays down into little highlights. So let's say they have a match that's 8 minutes long, you'll see a maximum of 1 minute to 2 minutes of that where I very quickly snap through highlights of how the battle went, how it very quickly tied off, and then we just go through all 3 games. You'll have all 3 games in sort of a 5 to 8 minute section, and then we'll go through all the best of 3s like that. And being at the moment, throughout a week, you might get maybe 4 or 5 games. You know, you're talking somewhere in the region of 20 to 30 minutes to go through one specific part of the league. Maybe reduce the amount of leagues though. So I could reduce the amount of leagues. For the newer play tournament, it makes complete sense for me to have 4 because then there's a little bit more up and down, and then, you know, there's sort of it's a little bit easier to organise that way because also I'm going to have more people that are going to want to play, right? So I'm looking towards the future. Yeah, that can make sense. That can make sense. But with the Shortbeard, that's kind of the way you want it, right? You want to be playing the same people, roughly, or not really. But at the end of each season, Zypher, they get to play in that tournament, right? So they'll play everybody. So it's the same people for sort of 2 weeks, and then there's going to be a big up and a big down. So sort of like maybe 2 will go up and 2 will go down, and the one that comes in the middle will stay in that league, right? So there'll be quite a few going up, quite a few going down. So people shouldn't effectively play the same people. Whilst For the other tournament, it will be a league where people will play probably similar people a lot. So maybe that might get a bit dried out there. So maybe that's something we have to investigate. So if we'd say, let's take football into consideration. Football normally have 20 players in the Premiership over here in the UK, in the Premier League, and 3 get demoted and 3 get promoted. So you know, they're only sort of changing 15% of the league. It's not too much. But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Right. Oh, looks like we have some messages. So let's get this sorted. All right. Okay. Copy image. All right. So it looks like these 2 are ready. Can you tell that 5 miners and 5 warriors is my go-to? Yeah, just a little bit, mate. All right. Don't need that either. Cool. All right. So we have... Ooh... We have Thorgun Grudgebearer. I can't see what he's with, but we also have a runesmith that has 2 runes. Also, looks like the runesmith has his armor and the fiery ring of Tori, which has absolutely no application because there's no fire damage in this army. So it's a nice waste. But 5 units of the normal miners, 5 units of the warriors, and just like 4 units of slayers with also the dragonback slayers. 3 units of the bolts as well, which should be pretty fun. Cool. Just waiting for Artisan to send his army through. Have a look. I never knew that I was playing Dwarfs, I'd give my opponent no AP. Well, this is the thing, right? This is what's quite nice about this. You've got to kind of reverse engineer what's going on. You've got to kind of think, well, I think my opponent's going to give me this, so I'm going to give them this. But then you've also got to think, but are they going to give me that? Is the question. You don't know. You don't know. All right, we're kind of waiting for Artisan now. He has an army, but I can't see what it is. He can't screenshot it for some reason. So if he can't give me anything for any reason, then I will have to make the army, and we'll make it pretty fun. Interesting. Cool. Cool. Okay, so the army looks pretty interesting. It is legal. So we are going to have a Chaos Sorcerer of Fire with Cascading Firecloak and also the Flaming Sword of Ruin. We'll have 2 Exalted Heroes on foot. 5 units of the... We'll have the Demon Spew Forsaken and 4 units of Forsaken. Chosen with Halberds. Chosen and 3 units of Aspiring Champions. 1 triple chevron rank 6. and 2 rank 5s. So, should be pretty interesting. Alright, that's pretty cool. I mean, you can always do some fun things, right? You know? All right, so a little question for you guys. Something I'm very interested to know for you guys that are watching right now, that are watching me. A little question there for you about Vermintide. Alright, so Storm is ready. So the question is, have you played Vermintide? Yes. No, I haven't. No, and I have no interest. No, but I would like to. No, no idea what it is. So anything's fine. I can't see your answers, by the way. So if anybody that does answers today, I can't see what you guys are saying. So just let me know your thoughts. See what you guys here are roughly doing on the channel. See what games you are playing. So obviously, for those that don't know, Vermintide is actually a Warhammer-based game. It's a first-person based game where basically you take heroes from lore and you use them. So it's got a lot of you do play it, which is good. It's a good game. I thoroughly enjoy it. Right, both are ready. Let's hop in. So it's like here, it looks like we have 54% saying that the Dowie are going to win, and 45% here for Chaos. Very interesting. I would typically say this is, in this particular way, it's not very Chaos favoured, but in general it is Chaos favoured. If you can pick your army, it is Chaos favoured. But here we have 5 units of Forsaken, so it should be pretty interesting. So, out of the 6 of you, it looks like no, but I would like to. Yes, you have played. But the majority of you know what it is, so that's interesting. Don't worry if you don't know what it is. It's good for me to know that you don't know what it is as well. Yeah. Play the Flagellant guy because he's just too fun not to. I actually love the Slayer. I had one run out with the Slayer. He's pretty fun. He's pretty fun. So here with the Chaos, we can see, I believe they are going to be on foot. Now, something you never see is Exalted Heroes on foot. And they're going to be naked here on foot, and they're going to be supporting a foot Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, who here will have the Sword of Anti-Heroes, Arcane Conduit, the Flaming Sword of Ruin, and the Cascading Fire Cloak. Here we are going to have some aspiring champions. These bad boys here with their magic weaponry. We're going to see quite a few of these in the front. Otherwise here we're going to have a cheap, sorry not cheap, we are going to have some cheap units of the Forsaken in the front. They're not super cheap, maybe mid-tier is probably better to describe them, 750 each with the Demon Spew Forsaken as well. Pop over here with these bad boys in their green. They are pretty terrifying to look at. They here will be having Frenzy, Soaring Flies, and that's Poison. We are going to have the Chosen Halberds, 2 units of Chosen as well on the sides. Very strong indeed. Very strong. Heavily armored as well. And if you look underneath them and you can see all around them, you can see they're just full metal. They're just 100% metal. 120 armor, silver shield. Super scary. So here for the Darwi, we're going to have some Dwarf Warriors in the front line. Lots of Dwarf Warriors, lots of Miners in behind them as well, with the Bolt Throwers here. Bolt Throwers should be able to shoot nicely over the top. Lots of Slayers, and of course the Runesmith. The Lord choice here will be Thorgrim Grudgebearer. Looks like just Foeseeker and Stand Your Ground. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. It could be worse. It could be worse. I've always played the soldier to snipe my friends. I love it. The Dwarf Slayer is pretty fun, actually. I would actually say, for all, like, obviously the best character for the Dwarf is the Ironbreaker when it comes to, like, higher levels. But the Slayer is super fun. It is super fun. Mr. SBQR Praetor, how we doing, buddy? So here we are going to be pretty fast. So we are going to have 46 speed with the Forsaken. So they should be able to wrap around pretty effectively. But Bolts here are going to be able to shoot up against the very elite Chosen. They're going to be hitting in quite nicely here. Great Weapon Abuser. I believe that is RTK Houseplant, I believe. So nicely done here. You're going to get some good shots up against the Chosen, which is very handy indeed. They're going to have their shields nice and high, but they're really not going to be mitigating any of these shots going through. A few of them are going to get hit and moved backwards here. But they're not going to survive for too much longer. They have truckloads of health though, like in the thousands, like 7 to 7,500 per unit. It's a lot. It's a lot. Forsaken, they're going to push in here, do lots of damage up against the Dwarf Forest. They're going to jump in. Not so much armor piercing on these bad boys, but they can certainly do some good work for sure. 66 Weapon Saints, they are certainly no joke. They should be able to shoot apart the front line pretty effectively here, including the Demon Spew Forsaken. Dwarf Warriors are certainly going to struggle. They already have pretty low melee attack, 17 with that -5 from the Swarming Flies. Going to do some nice work here. Should be able to wrap around the flanks using the Dragonback Slayers. Should be able to get in and carve apart these Forsaken. Bolts are going to get fired at the front here, some good damage up against the Halberds. Only losing one unit, but losing thousands worth of health already. That's pretty nice here indeed. 6,300 for the normal Chosen as well. 3 models gone, and couldn't see the models on the right there. So we are going to have the Dragonback Slayers here fighting up against the Chosen. Not really too sure that fancies them too much, but certainly gets some of the Miners in there. Good armor piercing on those. They can do some good work. Slayers... Not one irk. But we're still going to be fighting the front line. Chosen are going to get caught here on either sides fighting. Lots of armor piercing, lots of Slayers, lots of Dwarf Warriors, and also Thorgrim. Thorgrim Grudgebearer is going to be helping in the middle, as we see the double exalted hero in. In the back, we're going to have the Aspiring Champions. They do actually have Vanguard, I believe. I did not know they had Vanguard. That is super cool that they have Vanguard. Yes, they do. But they're going to be pushing the back, defended here by the Miners, and also here some Slayers in the background, trying to defend on top of the Bolt Throws here. Bolt Throws have turned. I think they're going to be firing into the Aspiring Champions. Only 12 models from these bad boys, I believe. Yep. They're going to be going down to half health. Still full values there. 11 here and 12 over there on the left. Front line is going to start wavering here from the Dowry. Looks like we have Breaken some Forsaken there. But it looks like the Chosen are going to take a little bit of battering as well, which is quite surprising. Looks like the Demon Spew Forsaken are going to push through the front. And now they're going to get in the back on top of the Bolt Fiends. These bad boy here with the big bolts, they're going to be shooting into the front, smashing straight through the front line, but unfortunately here they are going to get compromised. Just going to get carved apart here from these demons. Getting slaughtered as well there by the Aspiring Champions. And it looks like here Thorgrim Grudgebearer is going to be losing here in the front line, but he's only fighting here against the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire, which I'm quite surprised. We do actually have the anti-large halberd chosen those. They'll do lots of damage up against him. The Master Rune of Oath and Steel going down for the 60 armor. That's actually going to aid him quite nicely. 180 armor for the Runesmith. That's awesome stuff. Balance power is going to be even here. Very hard to defend the bolt throwers. Slayers are going to be winning in the background here. Looks like they have removed one bolt thrower crew, but unfortunately the Demon Spew Forsaken are pretty much just going to carve apart the rest of these bolt throwers. You'd be lucky if you have any left here towards the end. Miners fighting in this pocket, and it's really not going to hold back the Chosen Halberds or the Double Exalted Heroes with the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire. Big bolts firing in. They kind of need to start shooting over here, I think. Maybe trying to see if they can come after the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire. Just do good damage there, and I think you could do some nice work. You could really start shifting balance of power. But in the front here, the Chosen looks like the Cascading Fire Cloak. AP and base weapon damage there.
You cannot corrupt us. We fight for our holds against this.
They're going to be fighting up against Thorgrim. Are they going to break though? Looks like they're not going to break. So 1.6k left for those. They're holding on really nicely actually. Halberds are starting to get clawed back here a little bit. Shots are going into the heroes and the Lord. But where are those Demon Spew Forsaken? So the Aspiring Champions still holding on 130 health. I have no idea how they're still holding. That is incredible stuff. That's uncanny how they've held for that long. But yep, they've pretty much taken care of all of the cannon crews here. The Demon Spew Forsaken. So that's quite interesting. So one of the Exalted Heroes is going to be fighting up against Thorgrim. Well, actually, it looks like he's going to go after the Runesmith here. Does that try close of armor piercing? Not sure of armor piercing we're talking about here. So it should be pretty high. 145. It's not bad. Not great, but not bad. But the triple threat are in, and they're going to fight up against Thorgrim. I don't think Thorgrim really stands a chance here, I don't think.
Do not shame your ancestors.
So it looks like Rune of Breaking. Fantastic. That's going to give them armor sundering. Extra armor piercing, as they are going to fight in here up against the anti-large entities. Oh no, it's not anti-large. Here they are. So there's such as the Halberds on the right. So it's just going to be fighting here up against the Lords and Heroes. So the Double Exalted Heroes and the Chaos Sorcerer Lord going to be fighting here in the pocket. That extra armor sundering is really nice. Armor piercing, base weapon damage as well. So they should be able to do some good work here in the pocket. That's a really nice rune there, actually. So some Chosen are now going to help aid. Oh, we have broken the Chosen Halberds. Really nice. Those miners have probably racked up loads of value. Dragonback Slayers, 9 left, 520 health. They should be able to do some good aid in here as well. Really pin back up against the Chosen. Hold them for as much as possible, really. But here, the miners are coming through. So are the Demon Spew Forsaken there. They've been MVPs here for the Chaos for sure. So we get a look around the battlefield here. There's not going to be too much left. We do actually have some Chosen left online there. 30 models, 29 leadership. Looks like we have broken here with the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire. We have broken with the second Exalted Hero. Oh, they are going to be shooting. They are going to be hitting. And it looks like Storm is going to drop out. Dark Tide should be fun. Yeah, Dark Tide should be fun. Never forget the damage value Logic's Giant did in the Come At Me Bro. Curb stomped Grumby into oblivion. I don't know if I remember that. GG's indeed. So, 1084 here for Thorgrim Grudgebearer. 305 there for the Runesmith. 220, 200, 340, 200, and 500 here from the Miners. With 320, 370, 200, 500, and 380 from the Dwarf Warriors. Oh my god. 786, 1150 with 710 for the Slayers. No idea how they got those chevrons. But 920 here from the Dragonback Slayers, 760, 940, and 435 for the Bolt Throwers. Very nice. 333 here for the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, 730, 580 for the Exalted Heroes, 270 for 405 and 406 for the aspiring champions, with 730, 440, 550, 865 and 1600 here from the Demon Spew. That's really good from them. 620, 947 and 1075 for the Chosen Halberds. Really cool. Alright, looks like it left. Okie dokes. Oh, you dared me to go double giant and I got thumped, no doubt. No doubt I got thumped. Alright, so Hayden cannot play, so it'll be Mr. Bob Tresh then. Let's get them. Bob, I don't think I can see you. I do apologise, everybody, by the way, with all this yawning. I had a full work day today, so I'm pretty tired. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. It is your turn, please. That'd be fantastic. I couldn't invite you, mate, because I couldn't see you on the line. So it looks like here a lot of you guys have played Vermintide. One person doesn't know what it is. Okay, fair enough. 80% don't have it but would like to play it. Okay, that's interesting to know. I should have some Vermintide stuff coming forward. I'd love to do some Vermintide games. I don't know how interested you would be to me. And whether you guys would be interested in watching any Vermintide. That's alright, mate. I wouldn't worry about bunnies. It's just all for fun, right? It's just all for fun. Vermintide. Yeah, you can get max level pretty quickly. Like, I've got max level dwarf and it's pretty fun. Vandawi and Chaos. A Lizardman mirror match where they're going to pick each other's armies. Oh, it's going to be interesting. Oh dear. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, you might see me play a little bit like on the side. You're unsure. Ah. Fair enough. Alrighty, give me 30 seconds and then we'll be ready to go. Alrighty. So let's hop back in with this. Apologies, guys. Quickly to use the bathroom. I watch if it is casual. Yeah, it'll be casual. Yeah, I think, you know, obviously my style probably wouldn't change too much. Like, my style would be how I do Warhammer, but maybe a little bit more relaxed. Be like, but me a little bit more relaxed than Warhammer. Say, you know, I wouldn't, you know, go through all the itty bitty details, but you know, I'm pretty detailed. I think I like to be as fun and entertaining as possible. It's sort of just me playing through Warhammer with a couple of guys. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So it looks like some of you are like, nah, I'm not really interested at all. Some of you are like, so I'm not sure it will replace my. I mean, obviously, I've only got 7 days per week, right? So no for me is like, no, I'd rather Total Warhammer instead. Like, I'll tell you what, let me ask you this. So it seems like a lot of you have answered here. So that's interesting to know from my perspective. Yeah, probably similar to what I do on my campaign streams, right? It's a little bit more chatty, a little bit more relaxed, you know, less more towards the Warhammer. Cool. Just asking you guys a quick question. Okay, since I can't send that much. Stop. Right. And so we have some stuff that has been sent. Perfect. Okie dokes. Dear God. Dear God, that's an army. Okay, so. So. So let me send this over and then we'll go through the builds. So. So we have some excellent builds here. So the build for... So it's going to be a full goblin build here for the green skins. So we're going to have 5 units of the normal goblins in the front line, triple gold chevron. We are going to have 5 units of the sneaky stabbers, which are... I can't remember what they're called. They are... I can't remember, but we also have some loons with triple gold chevron. Lots of loons. Oh no, they're not going to be loons, sorry. We have the warlord boys and... Oh my god. Okay. And for those men, we're going to have a Slar Mage of Heavens with a few spells. We're going to have a Sword Scar Veteran, Croak Naked, 5 units of the Red Crested Skinks, triple gold chevron, and we're going to have 5 units of Pterodon Riders. Interesting. How much did I stream recently? So I was streaming roughly twice a week. So I've been roughly streaming, I'd say once to twice per week, which is a lot less than I used to be. So before I was streaming 5-6 times a week, and now I'm streaming once or twice a week. So, I mean, we got a 20 stack for the green skins with triple gold chevrons around on, so it should be pretty fun. So it seems like, so I'll do once to twice now, and then lots of videos. So I'm doing like 5 videos a week, and then I'm doing sort of 2 streams a week, where I'm doing, say, one tournament like this, a fun tournament, and then I'm doing Battlemania, and then I'm doing like 5 videos. Whilst before I was sort of doing 1 or 2 videos here and there, and then I was doing, say, 5 to 6 streams a week. Once or twice seems good. Yeah, so if that's it, I'd just say what you're doing now is fine. That seems cool. No more videos are better would mean I'd probably drop from 2 times a week and just solely keep it once a week, which would only be Battlemania. So Battlemania will stay. Yeah, so if you guys think that 2 times a week is too much, so let's just say it's twice, yeah. So if what you're doing now is fine, that's 2 streams per week. If you would like me to do less, right, only do once a week, maybe I only do Battlemania, I don't do these kind of streams, then cool. But if you want to see more, then click yes. So more could be 3, 4, 5, and if you want to, feel like you can put a message down the bottom. Cool. Looks like both of these guys are ready. So let's get it going. So like this kind of 2 is not enough for. So I think when I was doing 5 or 6 before, it was good, but maybe too many. I think it was for me. It was probably too many. I'm not gonna be able to maintain that many streams per week. I can't afford to do it anymore. So yeah, on the competitive side of things, I can't do too much unless I just constantly put events on. I could just put event after event after event after event on if you like. You know, I could do sub-factions every week. I could do Battlemania every week. 2 vs 2 tournaments every week. Just sort of throw up how you guys want to. Mr. For Poland, looks like we're back. Nice to see that. King of the Hills as well. Like, there's only so much you can do on the competitive side of things. Like, this is a real big mix-up, but it also has lots of down draws. So, for example, these periods of building armies are pretty difficult. Right, so alright, so we've already seen the majority of the builds. So here for the greenskins, we're having some Knight Goblins, triple gold chevrons, quite a lot of them. 5 units to be specific. 5 units of the Goblins with the triple golds as well. We are going to have the nasty Skulkers, 5 of them with triple gold chevrons. And we're going to be having quite a few units of Goblin Archers. I think it's 3 in total. We should also, yes, that should add up to 18 with the Night Goblin Shaman, who will have Gorkle Fix-It, Vindictive Glare and Sneaky Stabbings. And also here the Night Goblin Warboss with the Fermented Fungi, Get Back Here, and Potion of Foolhardiness. So over here for the Lizardmen, we are going to have 4 units, which I think is illegal, but 4 units of the Ripidactyls. I haven't double checked, but I'd rather get it going here. But 5 units of the Red Crested Skinks with the triple gold chevrons, and in the middle, we are going to be having Lord Croak, nice and naked here, only with his Deliverances of Itzel, and also here with the Saurus Scar Veteran with Foes Seeker. We'll be having the Slan Mage Priest of the Heavens, who will have the Chain Lightning, the Comet of Cassandra, Urano's Thunderbolt, and also Curse of the Midnight Wind. You'll also be having Rolling Skies, which is not particularly beneficial here. It is actually pretty beneficial when working with the Dripodactyl Riders, but there's going to be nothing flying here from the Greenskins. Oh, I'm glad, Zypher. I'm glad you enjoyed the interactions. I hope you do. I hope you do. But yeah, no, I enjoy making my videos as well. So if anyone does want to send in videos for me to cast, I could do with quite a few so that I can vary the content. Because it is getting a little bit more difficult to vary the content as I run out of videos, because then you'll sort of see the same content all the time. And trying to cast videos can get quite difficult. But yeah, feel free to keep answering, guys. Obviously, there's 18 of you in here. We've had 9 so far replying, so let me know. I think they are capped to 3. Yeah, I think so too, Blackthorn. So there's a Vindictive Glare here on the Ripidactyl Riders in the sky. Night Gubbos here are moving forward. They're sneaky stabbers. Good poison, good shielded, and should be able to whip around the flanks here and deal with those red-crested skinks. I think it's going to become a little bit difficult here. The red-crested skinks, the Ripidactyl Riders need to get involved pretty early on. There's no real point in them just staying flying in the sky and staying safe, because you'll lose your front line before then. We's gonna get ya. But I like the full gobbo build. This is a nice full gobbo build. It's pretty fun. So Fermented Fungi can be pretty dangerous as well. But Deliverance of Itzel could do quite nicely here, depending on where it's put. Vindictive Glare is going to attack here up against the Ripidactyls. Not taking out any models though, which is quite nice. Here, also there was one going down on that unit, so that's interesting. So Deliverance of Itzel here in the middle. Oh no, it looks like a Urian Thunderbolt going down there, so no Deliverance of Itzels, which I think would be a little bit better. But looks like I'm going to attack with the Ripidactyls here into the middle up against the Goblin Archers. Fermented Fungi though. Now you have to have a minimum of 20% damage done before Fermented Fungi will pop. They will get that negative 24 melee defense, so there's something to take into consideration. They're fighting up against the Warlord's 8 boys with that armor sundering, so they'll also get reduced armor as well. So they'll take lots of damage here, which is, especially with 0 melee defense. They are now going to rampage. We're now going to pop in the Master Skulkers. We are going to pop War, so we are going to start aiding here in the front line. Plus 24 leadership, faction-wide. Armor piercing and base weapon damage is very nice indeed. So deliverance of Itzel here in the middle. So the argument to get away from that takes quite some time to get that off there. In the front though, the nasty Skulkers going to be fighting up against the Red Crested Skinks, and this is the problem. The front line is going to lose. Wide here is going to be very effective for the Greenskins. All of the Red Crested Skinks here have lost. It looks like we are going to move in with the Slam Mage Priest. Gork will fix it for that reduced slow. Big hits here from the Vindictive Glare going into the Ripidactyl Riders. Overcast and Gork will fix it. That's slow by 45% in that radius. Charge as well as charge speed. Broken in the back though from quite a few units. Maybe trying to see if we get the Ripidactyl Riders to push off. Fighting in the middle though, they are going to be going onto the Warlord's boys. Doing some pretty good damage here in the middle. They are anti-infantry. I'm not a big fan of Ripidactyl Riders, I must admit. I don't think they're a fantastic unit. But, yeah, they're doing okay here, I guess. They're doing okay. I would expect a lot more from them. 71 kills is not terrible, but I would hope they do more for 1,150 cost. I mean, that's the same cost as Black Hawks, and Black Hawks are very good. A bit slow, but very good indeed. Shots coming in from the Goblin Archers. Night Goblin's just going to be waiting in the wings here. There's not really so much for them to do, really. It's now going to look like it's going to be Saurus Scar Veteran, Lord Croak, and the Slan Mage Priest of Heavens fighting left. Balance power hugely in the Greenskin favour. 20 stacks certainly do favour them. Big shot there into Lord Croak. Nice abilities there from Lord Croak. It's nice to see Lord Croak in action. Lord Croak is going to be down to 2,000 HP. Also, it's going to be a deliverance though is the question. It looks like it is going to be a deliverance of Itzel. Takes quite a while, unfortunately, so it's like the Gobos are going to get away here. So, unfortunately, there's going to be no damage going down there for that Winds of Magic. Vindictive Glare is just going to be waiting in the wings. We actually have the Goblin War Boss with that poison. He should be able to come in and finish off here up against Lord Croak. Some good damage here up against the Ripidactyls. They're going to go down to 3 models, 900 HP left for them. They'll be going off the battlefield pretty quickly here. It looks like Lord Croak is going to be fighting here up against the Night Goblin Shaman. Lord Croak actually causes fear. That's kind of cool that he causes fear. And he's unbreakable, which is quite nice. He has Rampage. Fermented Fungi down on him. 400, 300. Arrow shots in as well. 200, 100. And he will be going down. So Lord Croak has died. That is going to be balance of power. And a good game here from both sides. No, 4 is illegal. That's correct, CJ, yeah. Yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. I like this build anyway. This build was fun. This build was fun. Not often. Oh, I just clicked through. That's okay. That's okay. So... So that's CJ, you take care of yourself, buddy. For an anti-infantry unit, Ripidactyls suck. Yeah, they're not great in my opinion. I mean, for their cost, they're not great. I think they need to do the same as the Salamanders, make them a bit cheaper, and I think it would have been a lot better. Even if you just worsen the stats a little bit. For sure. I love the build, though. I love the build. How did you enjoy your greenskins, Bob? Bob, they looked awesome with your greenskins. Not according to banner rules, unfortunately. I don't know why some units don't follow the money rule. So the money rule is if it's a 900 or less, then it is... Oh, it doesn't count as infantry, actually. It doesn't count as infantry. So non-infantry, a non-single entity as well. 0 to 1200 is minus nothing, so it should be 4 units. But anything over 1200 should be -1. But I'm pretty sure it says here for Lizardmen that it should only be 3. Yes, there's only 3. It should be 4 though. It should be 4. But it is really rude. I do agree, Cypher. I do agree. It is rude. Alright, so who's next? So next we are going to be having Mr. Deadly Bunnies. Alright, so where is Mr. Deadly Bunnies? Let's get him in. I will not change my name. I love it. Let's get him in. Let's get him in. So it would seem a lot of you, yes, a lot of you would like more streams, and sort of what I'm doing now is fine. So, okay, that's good to know. So I currently do 1 to... Okay, this would be interesting to fire up then. So I currently do about 2 streams a week. So I normally do Battlemania on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, one of those days normally, or a weekend if I'm really stuck. Or... No, it's generally those days. Or, and sorry, I run an extra stream at the moment. So I do one of these sort of events. I like trying to keep it nice, fresh, change, you know, King of the Hill, these sort of things, you know. Or I do like some faction tournament, these sort of things. So out of 7 days we'll be like this many, this many, this many, this many. So on the streams per week, how many would you like? Because of course, like, you know, I'm not streaming as much as I used to. And it seems that a lot of you either want more or are pretty happy with what I'm doing currently. So that's always interesting to know as well. Okay, there's a bit of spread there between you guys. So please vote on this one. I think this is the important one. How many streams would you like per week? I wanted to know roughly if you got the vibe of where I am right now. If you like where I am. Can be 6. I mean, essentially, I want to know what you guys want, right? So from my perspective... So like if we take my YouTube into consideration, about obviously my only interactions I get with you guys, for example, if I do videos, is A, how many views I get, the interaction with the current population that are subscribed to me. So for example, one thing that did really well was the Dreadosaurian video. You guys seem to love that a lot. But I also got a lot of interactions from people that weren't part of my current subscription. So, for example, it did pretty well. I think it got it got 1,400 views. So it did really, really well. And it's my first video that's cracked over 100 likes as well, which is super awesome for you guys. So thank you so much for that. It's the first one that cracked 1,000 views, and it's the first one that's cracked over 100 likes. So that's really awesome. I'm really, really happy about that. And it seems like a lot of you guys are really enjoying some of the videos as well. Like you enjoyed the Amazing Sisters plays, which was like Wood Elves against Dark Elves. And then I did a Dowie versus High Elves that you guys really enjoyed. It seems there was lots of likes on there. And you like those particular type of videos. And there were some that did okay, but it's like you were up in an iron about some. Some you liked, some you didn't. Some I didn't really have much time as well. And if I did live stream, what would you want to see more of? Jonathan quite had to watch both. Oh, okay. That was my thing as well, right? So the other thing is like returnability. Like for you guys that can't watch the streams, I don't think you guys want to sit down and watch 4 or 5 hours of stream when I'm not on live stream, right? So what I found a lot is a lot of people, unless you were watching the stream at the time, weren't particularly interested in watching in the future, which is perfectly acceptable. For me, I think the sweet spot was about 2 to 3 streams a week. And yeah, that's what it looks like about now. So a lot of you are saying like sort of 3 times. Because I'm now sort of transitioning into this weird stage where I want to take my YouTube a little bit more seriously and sort of casting high elves equals 2 times viewership. People know what's good. Yeah, it is. You guys love the elves. You guys like watching Dark Elves, Wood Elves, High Elves, surprisingly Dowie, and obviously Lizardmen and Beastmen at the current moment. You know, these are sort of the main ones you guys like watching, which is awesome. Which is fun, and I'm happy to cast those videos. I also have some series coming forward, so I want to do my Dwarfs vs. the World series, where basically I take the Dwarfs, I break down the faction for you in the first video, and then I go through the Dwarfs in every single matchup. So you'll see the Dwarfs versus Empire, Dwarfs versus Vampirates, Dwarfs versus Dwarfs. I'll break down sort of the elements you should be bringing in those matchups. Now I know some of these discussions will be very opinionated from me. They'll be from my experiences, my discussions with other people as well. So of course some of you guys might not necessarily agree with what I bring or whatever, etc. So but that's kind of something that I've wanted to bring towards the table as well. And also I've got the league as well, so I've got some more video stuff to bring forward from that. I don't know if you guys would prefer me to do that as a live stream, or if you prefer me to do that. Obviously there's a lot of content as a live stream as well, so we do have to take that into consideration. So we are going to be having deadly bunnies. Yeah, this is true. This is true. They're pretty fast, pretty fun. So yeah, vote for what you guys want to see the most, and it's something I have to take into consideration when it comes to streams. You know, when I'm streaming, do you want to see more tournaments? Do you want to see more King of the Hills? Do you want to see... What do you want to see? Do you want to see some more Come At Me Bros? Like, what are these things that you are interested in seeing? What is the content that you guys want? What is the content that you guys enjoy? Or do you want me just to fire content at you? Just keep firing content random all the time. You don't know what's going to come next. Just surprise you with everything I do. So, it looks like we have Lizardman, Band, Dwarfs, and Chaos. So, Tomb Kings from Mr. Stelio Cantos. But I will not change my name. We'll be using the Lizardmen. Should be pretty close. Let's change the map. You guys have seen that twice now. Let's go with Eschen. Yes. Yes, yes. I really enjoy tournaments. Okay. Good to know. We'll try and see if a few of you guys want to vote on it. I'll give you a couple more minutes. Maybe put it up to 10 minutes. And if you guys don't vote anymore, then we'll move on to the next question. But this is like all useful information for me that I can obtain from you guys about what you want to see, what you enjoy seeing. And you can keep putting that information out a little bit more. Alright, so it looks like we have some builds coming in. This looks fun. Alright, this is pretty fun. This is pretty fun. So we'll go through the build. So it looks like here we are going to have a Slann Mage Priest of High. We'll be having... Has it been before? No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. My problem. No, he wasn't. Okay, cool. So looks like we have a Slann Mage Priest of High, 3 units of the nice Skinks, 4 units of the Saurus with shields, which is very interesting. They're particularly good. The ROR Ray-Crested Skinks as well, which are pretty good. 4 units of Cold Ones with the Anti-Large and Armor Piercing. And I don't know what that is. It looks like a Troglodon. The ROR Troglodon. Yeah, that looks like what it is. The 2,000 gold one. So that should be pretty interesting. On the Slann Mage Priest of High, we're going to be having Fiery Convocation, Blood Statuette of Spite, Shield of the Old Ones, which I probably wouldn't have given that, if I'm honest. I rather would have given him Chevrons. And it looks like... I don't know what spell that is. But he has Great Arcane Conduit and all the other good stuff. So, interesting. Interesting. No problem, Mr. Platform. You take care, my friend. I'll see you soon. Yeah, I do have a limited sample size at the moment, but I thought I'd just try and interact with you guys now, see if you want to send me some messages back about some interesting, maybe a bit of back and forth about what you guys are thinking. This is a good opportunity to get some good bounce back and forward. But yeah, it's a good shout, Cypher. Just to see what you guys are thinking. As we're all streaming right now. So these sort of events that I'm doing here are sort of going to be a one-off. Like, this is like just an ultra rare event where I just, I wanted to try something new, something that nobody's really done before. So it should be pretty fun to do that. But if you guys have got any more suggestions of what you'd like to watch, then please let me know. Please let me know. So, Bob is ready. Oh, that's an army. That is an army. All right. Alright, we'll finish this up here. So we've obviously not gone through as many games as I would have liked to have gone through in this current set. We're 2 hours in and we've not done as many games as I would have liked. So we're through onto 6th place. So in theory we have 3 more and maybe 4 with Maze Runner as well. Okay, we could just finish off the we have a few more. So let's go through this. So it's just like a lot of you would like 3 or 2. So it seems like I'm in the right area. A lot of you wanted 5. So, okay. I'll ask on my channel then. I'll ask on my channel, see what you guys are thinking, what you guys would like. So to maybe speed it up a little bit, maybe get it going again, just wondering if you want to go back to normal King in the Hill, because obviously this is taking some time. I don't want you guys to wait for ages. Were there any meta changes in the last 2 weeks? There haven't been, unfortunately. There haven't been, which is why you've not seen so many competitive, you haven't seen so many competitive tournaments. It's not really only Battlemania that's going ahead at the moment. So the question is, would you like to finish the stream with the current style, or would you like to move on to the normal KOTH? Now, I'm happy to continue, but of course, we're going to have some times in between games where we're not doing too much. So it's up to you guys, really. We've got 4 or 5 more guys to go. I don't know if we'll get through all of them in this current rate. I'll maybe have to shoot off in about an hour's time, but it's up to you. I don't mind. Obviously, we just do normally the King and the Hill. It'll probably be about half the wait time between games. So if you guys want to change, we'll change back to normal. So, let's move over here with the Lizardmen. So, we should be having 4 anti-large cavalry here with the Cold One Spear Riders. They're going to be pretty good there. With also the ROR Red-Crested Skinks. We'll also have 4 units here of the Saurus Warrior Shields. We're also going to be having the Pale. So, fantastic unit here. The Pale Death, the Feral Troglodon. With its lots of missile strength here. It'll also be having the Primal Roar for that plus 24 melee attack. That Terror, etc. Quite a few units of the Skin cohorts. I think it's 3 it was. And then over here we'll be having the Slant on the Toilet Chair. He will have the Shield of the Old Ones, the Blood Statuette of Spite, Fiery Convocation, the Hand of Glory, I forgot what it was called, but Reno Speed and Melee Attack, and of course Great Arcane Conduit and Shield Safri. In the back here for the Toomey Boys, we are going to be having the Grand Hierophant Katep. So he will have the Incantation of Desiccation, the Incantation of Skullstorm, the Incantation of the Righteous Smithing, the Incantation of Vengeance, as well as the Incantation of Protection, and the Incantation of the Cursed Blades with Restless Dead. We'll have a few of the Skeleton Archers here with the Triple Gold Chevron. Looks like there's going to be lots of them, actually. Looks like 5 units of those. In the front, we'll have some Skeleton Warriors and double silvers. We'll have double Necrotex in the front here with a Restore, with nothing to restore here, I don't think. No, it's going to be nothing to restore. We'll also have Skeleton Horsemen here on triple golds as well. Make that 4 units. Some Carrion in the Sky. Carrion will also be triple gold chevron. Give 3 of those in there with the bad boys. And this is going to be interesting. Yeah. This should be very interesting indeed. Yeah, Pop Trust doesn't want to see Lizardman lose. It's true, it's true. But in theory, yeah, they were kind of meant to be like a little bit bad, I guess. But no, this is Bob's army here. Bob's given a Tomb King army, I believe. Yeah, Bob's given this Tomb King army, whilst Bunny's has given this army here. So let's have a look here, see what they're saying. Alright, so it's not too much. Just a bit of banter going back and forward there. So, I don't know what they have to take out the Pale Death. And they could just shoot it, I guess. But it's still have 95 armor, so not really too sure what you're going to do there. You could pretty easily remove the Skinks. But we have anti-large spears with armor piercing. They're going to be shooting Grand Hierophant, who just took an absolute bullet to the face. Incantation of Protection going down. Also getting a bit of healing there in the process. He'll get 56 there from his passive. So with everything else, to be fair. So Necrotect is going to be chased after. We can certainly do a dealing with the Pale Death. So the Pale Death is going to get shot. The arrows are going to go in. Okay on the damage. Not super great, not bad either. But we could really do with taking care of these Saurus Warriors. If we don't care of the Saurus Warriors, this could be very troublesome indeed. Now in come the very nice anti-large cavalry here, the Cold One Spear Riders, and we are going to have the Skeleton Horsemen on top of it as well. Fiery Convocation is going to miss. Ooh, actually catches the back here of the Skeleton Archers. Very nice. That's some big boy damage there in the back. Fantastic. Shield the Old Ones in the pocket, which I don't know why they keep giving Shield of the Old Ones. Banishment here in the middle. Oh no, it's going to be the Skullstorm. Skullstorm, unfortunately, is going to go the wrong direction. It's not going to quite catch, but it might be able to move into the middle. It might actually damage the Skeleton Horse Archers here. Maybe get into the Saurus Warrior Shields. Not too sure. Is it going to go? Is it going to go? No, it's going to miss. But it is going to go here into the Cold One Spear Riders. Skullstorm looks really cool, though, I must admit. Nice from the Skullstorm. So it looks like here we have here Realm of Souls Tier 3. Balance of Power going to be massively in the Lisbon favour at this point. So we should be able to summon some Yashafti here to help out the front line. Maybe see if we can kill the Slam Mage. Summon them on, see if we can do the damage there. If we kill the Slam Mage, anything's possible. Not everything, but anything. It looks like we are going to summon on the Cohort of Sotek. Incantation of the Cursed Blades for that damage output and armor piercing. And it looks like here Grand Hierophant Ketep is going to be in the back fighting as well. Not a very good melee combatant. He kind of sucks, which is a bit of a shame unless he's on top of his DJ machine. But obviously not going to be given here by Mr. Bob Tresh. Moving in with the Skin Cohorts, they're going to be assisting alongside the Cold One Spear Riders, fighting here up against the cheaper chaff of the Carrion, as well as the cheap Skeleton Horse Archers, and the Necrotect, who's been certainly smashed in there by some of these Spear Riders. He's not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Balance Power is going to go down, and I think that's going to be army losses. Yes, army losses already. Awesome stuff. Alright, so 850 here for the Slime Mage Priest, 580, 530, and 109 here for the Skin Cohort, 600, 477, 996, and 250 for the Saurus Warrior Shields, with 380 for the Cohort of Sotek, 1,000, 600, 700, and 850 for the Cold One Spear Riders, with 1,580 for the Pale Death. Very interesting build. 320, 148, 173 here for the Necrotechs. Nothing for the front line. 82, 270, 150, 270, 216. With 160, 150, 320, 190 for the Skeleton Horsemen. 106, 110, 120, and 170 for the Carrion. Stereo Katos. Very nice. So, next in the list, we should be having Miss Phoenix. I don't know if she's still going to be around. Yes, indeed, indeed, it was. It was. I think it's kind of fun for the players here as well to like build these armies. And I was hoping it'd be a little bit snappier, but it's like it's not going to be quite as snappy as I was hoping. So I don't see her in here. Let me message. All right, so Bob is a bully, is he? Deadly. Deadly Bunnies, you gave him a hell of a build, dude. You gave him a hell of a build. Hell of a build. He gave you complete garbage, and you gave him a hell of a build. So Bob is going to move to 2, Mr. Stelio Cantos. I believe Stelio Cantos is from Family Guy, right? I believe. It's a meme from Family Guy, I'm pretty sure. Is it a great weapon abuser or something silly like that? No, that's, yeah, that's Houseplant. Swerve. No, I can't see. Yeah. Otherwise, will be Mr. Bilbo. So hopefully Phoenix is seen. We'll give her 2 minutes, and then if she doesn't join, we'll find somebody else. Stelio Cantos. Who is that? No one knows. Who knows, mate? Who knows? I love it. I love it. Why do you go so small? Oh, because he types so much. Oh, okay. Probably some random lizard living under a rock. I could agree, Zypher. I could agree. I could agree. So here's the question, Zypher. When are you back? When are you back here on the PC? When are you playing again? I need to know. Alright, looks like they're not ready, so let's get Mr. Bilbo in. So we have Bilbo who could play. Hopefully. If not, we have Dilatron ready in the wings and Nerandon. So hopefully we get these guys in as well. Ah, Finish is on the way. She's on the way. Okay. Oh, it's American Dad. That was it. I thought it was Family Guy, but no, it's American Dad, yeah. There's a whole song about Stereo Cantos. Oh, tomorrow evening. Very nice. Very nice, sir. Very nice. Hello, Kadane. How are we? How are we? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well, buddy. General Kenobi. One of our shortbeards. How are you, my friend? Hopefully you've been playing some games today. All right. Really glad to get my PC back. Yeah, I bet you are, man. My little finger is about to die. Who would have thought it'd be this hard to hold my phone for a long period? Yeah, man. Like sometimes, like when I'm holding like my phone up in bed, I'm just sitting there, I'm like aching, and I'm like tired, and like, you get so tired that it just slips and falls on your face. I hope the builds were haggard so far. Some of them have been really kind, which I'm really quite surprised about. But otherwise, in general, some have been really like garbage, and some have been like, yeah, too kind. Too kind, I think. Too kind. But pretty decent otherwise. Pretty decent otherwise. Alright, so Dwarves, Ban, Chaos, and what else? Huh? Ooh. Ooh. Nice, get making. Let's get making these armies. Let's get them ready. Coolio. Right. So whilst we are here... Force Phoenix to pick High Elves. She could have picked High Elves, she didn't, so it's a shame. We might see some dragons anyway, so... So let's see, what can we do next? We could do those 3, or... Hey, Nick, how you doing, buddy? I know the Dowie have converted J Phoenix. Indeed, Nick, indeed they have. Indeed they have. So let's have a look. We do that one, that one, that one, or... What else could we do? I'm sure we could do something fun. Cool. So, what would you guys like to see next in the community? Let's have a look. I know. We'd love to see the Star Dragon. Is a runecaster a caster? Yes. So, what would you guys like to watch next for the next tournament? So, I quite often do a sub-faction tournament. I also have done some 2v2s in the past. Also, Come At Me Bro. So, for those who don't know what a Come At Me Bro is, a Come At Me Bro is where basically you guys play me. You play me constantly for hours on end until you exhaust me into... Like, the last time I did a Come At Me Bro, I was, like, exhausted for 2 days straight. I was just knackered. Yep, done lots of 2v2 streams and a Sub Commanders tournament. So for those who don't know what Sub Commanders is, it's a 3-player team tournament. How does this work? Mr. Shepland, apparently, how are we doing? So, we are doing a very different idea today, which is a Uno Reverse King of the Hill. So, what it means is normal ban and protect. So, for example, here, Stadio Cantos or Bibbington, no, not Bibbington, sorry, Bob Tresh, basically picked Dowie. And then there was a counter pick here from Vampire Counts from Phoenix. Now, what they do is they now build each other's builds. And then they fight each other with those builds. So, I thought I'd try something a little bit different here today to see how it would go, really, see if people enjoyed it. I'm wondering if you need a dragon for Terra and anti-blob and not to fight SEMs, would Moon Dragon be enough? I mean, Moondragons for secularness is a good way to go. But how you doing, Shetland Apache? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. So I know I was asking earlier, and some of you guys, like yourself, Nick and Shetland, you guys are watching a little bit more. You as well, Kadane, and we're watching some more of my channels. You watch my channel relatively regularly, I'd say. I haven't been doing as many videos as many live streams as I normally do. I've been doing a lot more videos. You guys enjoying the more video side of things, or would you prefer me doing some more live streams again? Very, very interested to know what you guys are thinking. Zombie dragons are cool. Zombie dragons are cool. I actually kind of like black dragons, if I'm honest. I think like the dragons from the Dark Elves are pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. I don't quite have the sexy factor of the Star Dragons, I won't deny, but still pretty damn good. So there's a lot of you interested in the sub-faction tournaments. I mean, I love my sub-faction tournament. I think it's really good fun. So what they'll do now is they'll build the builds, they'll send them to me in Discord, I then send them on to each other, they put those builds in, and then they play them. So we could see some very interesting like army compositions. And for those who might think, oh, I'll just give them the worst build, that might not necessarily be the way it goes, because you've also got to think on either side. At the moment, I can't keep up with all the videos, also from other content. Yeah, I agree with that, bro. There's a lot at the moment. So probably streams. And I got to make sure, like, I think for the majority, a lot of you guys have preferred for me to do some more streams than I currently am. Like, I think a lot of you would prefer me to do a few more streams than normal. So for the sub-faction tournament, the way it kind of works is once you've got that sub-faction, you can pick anything in that sub-faction. So you can either pick the Legendary Lord or any of the base lords. So it doesn't completely screw you. But, so for example, if you use the vampire counts, you can't use the bloodlines because they're not in the sub-faction. Because essentially you can't use the main faction. So if you go High Elves, you can't use Teclis or Tyrion, pretty much. And it's the same for the vampire counts. You can't use Manfred and you can't use any of the vampire bloodlines. So if you go, say, the Von Carsteins, you can only use Isabella or Vlad. You could pick some of the other basic ones as well, but that's up to you. Still going, Mr. CJ. You know me, we're always still going here. We're always still going. It is true, the more heads, it is true, it has been said, the more heads on a dragon, the better it is. 100%. But it's interesting to know, Kadane, thank you very much. But what I will do is I will put a post in my Discord. And for those that don't or are not currently on my Discord, I'm sure Zyver here could drop in a Discord link. That'd be really cool if he could do that. Do head on into the Discord. I will be putting a vote of how many times per week you guys would like to how many streams a week you'd like. And the rest would generally be videos. I have lots of video stuff to come. I also have lots more live streams to come, and I'm trying to keep it fresh and different. Generally still with some competitive gameplay in there. The overarching theme is I sort of either do it fresh and different with competitive, or fresh and different with a bit of fun element to it as well. So this is definitely a more fun stream. I thought this would be something that'd be quite refreshing and new. Yeah, this is true, Bunny. So what we could do is we could make the sub-faction tournament. We could make it a Legendary Lord tournament where you bring the sub... Or we could do a Legendary Lord sub-faction tournament where they have to bring the Legendary Lord and the sub-faction. But then how would that work for the Von Carsteins? Does that mean they could only bring Isabella and Vlad? They could just bring either, which I guess is fine. Because it's the only ones that... It's the only sub-faction that has... Oh, I think it's the only... Yeah, it's the only sub-faction, I think, that has 2 Legendary Lords. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. So we could do that. We could do that. Nah, it's alright, mate. I'll do it now. So, smash. Invite people. Bish, bash. Bosh. I've also been trying to, like, sex up my my Discord as well. There we go. There's the Discord for you guys. You can hide it head in there as well. For Norska, it won't make a difference. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, they do have some other lords, but you just wouldn't bring them. I know Jay Phoenix is a massive fan of Throg anyway, but yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, Bunnies. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I guess the whole idea of the... Yes, Mr. Markluck, can join us in the Discord. Yeah, for those that want to know where they actually want to, like, so here, like, when I engage with you guys in live stream, seeing, like, some of the votes we've got now for, like, sub-faction 2v2, etc. This is my interaction with you here. But if you really want to have, like, an impact on what you see on the channel, like, the Discord is the best place to get hold of me as well. So it looks like Bob has sent it. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Okay, hang on. Okay, right, in here. It's fine, it's fine. We move, we move. Alright, where's Jay? So the army's going to look a little bit like this. We have Manfred von Carstein and a Necromancer. 3 units of zombies on the triple gold chevron. Oh my god, we have 5 different varieties of corpse cart, all triple gold chevron. No, make that 6 different varieties of corpse carts and 2 triple gold chevrons. 5 units of anti-large skeleton warriors with skeleton spearmen, sorry, with triple gold chevrons. Skeleton warriors 3 triple golds and some fellbats with triple golds. Dear god. Okay, so we then have a runesmith. Technically that's illegal, you can't do that in this tournament, but I did say max 2, but it's okay. We'll just play at this point. We'll just play it at this point. Cool. So they're both illegal, but it's okay. It's okay. I think they're generally sensible, and these guys are from the same clan, so it should be pretty fun. It should be pretty fun. Alrighty. Alright, so it looks like a lot of you guys are interested in the Sun-Faction tournament. Okay, well, I'll probably look towards making that my my next one then. Obviously, there'll be some votes in the Discord as well, but we'll throw that one out next, more than likely. Cool. Looks like they legalize things up. That's nice. Out of curiosity, have you had your second jab logic? I have not, CJ. I have not. Stelio Cantos is ready. They're both ready. Let's hop in. So let's have a look. Let's see what you guys are interested in. So I asked you guys a question for which factions are you looking forward to. So I put demons into one category. So we've got demons, Kislev, KOTH, or if it's other, just click other and then specify down below what else you think that might come that you might be interested in. So looks like a lot of you guys are interested in KOTH and demons. For me personally, I'm like looking forward to the polar bears. I'm looking forward to the polar bears. Should be super fun. So for the miners, 5 of them here in the front line. Very nice. Triple gold chevron. Also some minus of blasting charges with the triple gold. Triple flame cannons here with the triple golds as well. Awesome stuff. We are going to be having a runesmith here with lots of stuff. He will be having the Iron Warden shield. Also the Forged Fire and the nice Eyebeard's ring. The Rune of Negation, Rune of Speed and Rune of Slowness. And we will have a Thane with the Deadly Onslaught, the Silver Horn of Vengeance, the best in the game, plus 12% speed charge, charge bonus here for all Dowie, Foe Seeker, and the Rune of Dismay with Ironbeard's Ring. We will also have a Rune Lord, who will have the Ruth of Own and Steel, the Rune of Negation, the Rune of Hearth and Home, Forge Fire, the Master Rune of Grugni, and the Locust of Power. Right, where in the back? Yeah, here. I'm pretty sure there was 2 spells. No. Yep, there's 2 Runes of Negation, but that's okay. That's okay. She's not a Dowie player. I understand. So, triple Spearman here as well. Lots of Spearmen, lots of Skeleton Warriors. 8 units in total. We're also going to have these zombies here. They are looking good with their triple gold chevrons. Flying high in the sky, triple gold chevron Fellbats as well, with so many corpse carts, necromancers here in the back. God damn, that is a lot. We're also going to be having Manfred von Carstein on horseback. Where did Manfred go? Manfred's in the front. So, Manfred here will have Master of the Black Arts, Wind of Death, the Curse of Years, Fate of Buna, the Purple Sun of Zex, Soul Blight, Doom and Darkness, Spirit Leech, Aspect of the Dread Knight, the Sword of Unholy Power, and the Hunger. So a lot of this is going to come down to Manfred on horseback. No Terry here, no breath attacks though. Looks like we are going to have Master of the Black Arts and lots of spells. It was pretty bare bones. Nice play on words there. Oh, so a lot of people are looking for the demons. Okay, okay. Which demons? Obviously, we talked about earlier, which is your favourite. You guys said Khorne, so I think a lot of you guys are like super hyped for Khorne. I think KOTH could be fun as well, like Chinese Fireball Dragons, all these mass infantry as well. Looking pretty Bretonnia-esque, could be quite fun. Yeah, for sure. So as these 2 get to the middle, I'll fix the scoreboard because I'm rubbish. Nice. So the Necromancer's taken some damage. The Flame Cannons are moving into position, and this is where we start seeing absolute mayhem. Although, surprisingly, we've allowed Manfred to come into the back here. He's going to be fighting up. Oh my god, he just got yeeted. The Runesmith is going to fight. Probably not too effectively here. 17 melee attack for Manfred, so, yeah. Oh my god, this Necromancer is getting absolutely decimated. I'm not really too sure by what, though. Oh, it can only damage itself. And it can't do anything else. Okay, so it's just going to cause damage to itself. Maybe try and see if we can heal here. Maybe get near some of the corpse carts. See if we can heal. Flame Cannons in the front, though, up against the Skeleton Warrior. Skeleton Spears will do nothing here. The only thing he'll do anything good against is maybe... I don't even know. Maybe the Rune Lord? Possibly. But here, the boy here with the hammer, he's going to be chasing after Manfred. Manfred wants none of this business. Look at him coming after him. Yeah, you run away. You run away. You come back another day. But shots here in the front, up against the Skellies. The boys here, they're going to be fighting in the front line, mashing up against these absolutely strong miners. Just slamming head to head here. Fantastic stuff. Blasting charges. Haven't seen too many so far. Haven't seen too many blasting charges. Looks like we have some Skellies. They might be able to move into the backside. Going to be quite patient here with Stelio Cantos. But we are going to be having some Fellbats moving onto the Flame Cannons. What are we talking about here? The Rune of Oath and Steel. That plus 30 armor going to be very handy. 150 here for the Rune Lord. Very nice indeed. Manfred's getting slapped here in the back. The Thane and the Runesmith. Silverhorn of Vengeance going down. Fantastic stuff. Manfred is getting absolutely decimated. No healing for him. We do have a Spirit Leech though. Healing cap coming out. He does have Hunger, I believe. So he could fight in combat and get some health back somewhere. But Flame Cannons here going to be shooting into the Corpse Cart Bellfires. These Corpse Carts are going to move through to the front line. I'm pretty sure here Saleo Kentos is going to be coming through with the win. I don't know how legal 8 Corpse Carts are. I don't know if we can do that. Yeah, I'm hoping that the Flame Cannons can delete some single entities. There's quite a lot of them, although these don't actually technically count as single entities. They're exempt from single entities. So Manfred with the Rune of Slowness going down. We are going to be chasing here with pretty much everything on the Thane. Ooh, Master of the Black Arts. 566. He's going to be healing. Oh, passive will heal him. His passive will heal him. Yes, it will. Oh, big shot. Big shot. I don't know what that was.
Good lads, bring the herbs
Oh, it's the flame cannon, right? I think. Oh, there's a bolt thrower. Oh, I thought it was triple flame cannons. There's a bolt thrower. I was like, that doesn't have any flames around it. But the bolt thrower is going to be shooting into Manfred. Manfred's on -14 leadership. Manfred will go down here, I think. Manfred is going to go down. -3. Manfred's died. Fantastic. So Manfred has gone down, as he should. And -16 leadership here for the Lord, recently died. Faction wide here for the Undead. As we do get some corpse carts moving into the miners. They're going to be dragging through, really coming after this bolt thrower. Bolt thrower would decimate these single entities. In the battle side, we are going to be stabilizing here with the zombies. Zombies will begin negative, going up and down, up and down, up and down here, fighting up against the miners. I'm pretty sure the Undead can't do too much here. It could slowly wither down with healing and buffs to melee attack and melee defense, but I don't know. I don't know at this point. Who knows at this point? Who knows? There's going to be a chaff on chaff fight here in the front. It looks like we are going to be losing the skeleton spearmen. They're going to be chasing off the bolt thrower crews. One of these should have damage over time. One of these should be a mortis, I think. So, Unholy Lordstone, Bellfire. Bellfire will be Winds and Magic. Yeah, so reduction in power charge rate. So that's not going to be too handy here. But the triple corpse carts are looking dangerous. They are looking dangerous. In the middle, though, Skeleton Warriors. Skeleton Spearmen fighting up against the miners with the Silver Horn of Vengeance. Excellent stuff. Is that constant? I don't know. Is the Silver Horn of Vengeance constant? No, 22 seconds. Yes, they are. Yes, they are in the grave. I don't know how this is even at all, in any shape or form. I have no idea how this is even. The cannon crews are going to come back, as the Fellbats are going to be dying pretty quickly. We also do actually have the bolt throwers in the back. They should be able to get through here onto the bolts themselves and see if we can fire up against some of these single entities. So we are going to be having the Runesmith fighting. Once some of these single entities do start taking some damage, balance power just zoop, it will go pretty much. There is going to be healing for these entities. They are going to be trying to push through the chaff. 90 melee attack, 34 melee defense. They do have that regeneration and healing. This is an absolute grind. There's not much going on, I'll be honest. We could do with getting the miners in, though. Can we get the miners in over here? Dwarfs is pretty hard to make bad, I think. Even miners at their worst are... Oh, they... They've both decided to fast forward. Okay, fair enough. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I can't argue. I can't argue. Looks like they're going to be charging after the bolt throw crews. Fair. I think it's going to be very hard to break the bolt throw crews here. A lot of them are going to be dying pretty quickly. I think these corpse carts are going to fight to the end. This was stupid, and I mean beyond stupid. This was just stupid. Hey, Ward. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you here. Yeah, they do have separate limits, which is kind of sad to see. So, Manfred, 1,100 for himself. 0 here for the Necromancer. 50, 116, and 106 here for the zombies. 77, 300, and 200 for the skeletons. Skeleton spears, though, 520. 128, 214, 200, and 173. 1,440, though, for the Fellbats. That's really good. Obviously, shutting down the cannon crews here for the flame cannons. 32, 20, 25, 25, 22, and 24 from the KOTH cards. I think this is probably the worst faction you can bring. Apart from... No, between them and Vampire Pirates, I think. So, 1,300 for the Rune Lord, with 845 for the Thane, and 550 for the Runesmith. 370... 580, 1,300 for the miners, 330 and 480. So really good for the miners. Blasting charges 600, 650. 1,330 for the bolt throwers, 1,300 for the triple gold shift from flame cannons, and 1,160 there as well. Well, that was something, wasn't it? Alright, so apparently whoever goes next has to pick High Elves. Right, Bilbo's in next. So let's see what's going on here. You are forced to use all the money, Zypher. Yeah, you're forced to use as much, or at least as close to 12,400 as you can. Yeah, that was a build, though. That was a build from Stelio Cantos. That was painful. So just waiting on a response. Obviously, Narandon is in here. Yeah, this is just a silly tourney, mate. It's just a silly tourney ward. Nothing too crazy. Alright, so let's get you in, Mr. Narandon. Let's get you in. So, let's have a look. Narandon. You should be Son of the Mountains, Slayer. Ah, Predator, sorry, yes. Mr. Predator, you're up. All right. So looks like we're going to move into the final game here. Which should be pretty fun. For sure. I'm going to be having Bilbo up against Narandon. Or maybe Dilatron if none of these guys turn up. Alright. Cool. Looks like Dilatron's ready. Yeah, we've got Dilatron, so you'll get at least one game. And if Bilbo doesn't message, then we'll finish it off there. But I think it's been fun. I mean, I've certainly enjoyed it. It's been something different. Sorry if you guys haven't enjoyed it as much as the normal stuff, but I wanted to do something different. Something maybe you guys never seen before. One thing that I didn't quite take into consideration is just how long it would take to make the games. Alright, so it looks like a lot of you guys are looking forward to demons. That's pretty cool. It looks like some of you are looking forward to other, but you haven't quite quantified. Corn is going to be elite chaff eaters. Interesting to make them work in multiplayer. I think like Corn Berserkers will be sick. I just think they'll be so cool. They're probably one of the units I'm looking forward to the most. So we'll roll it dirty here. Let's go with a Karak Buftar. to finish off on the nice Dowie map. Guys, so thank you very much for all of you that have watched today. If you did enjoy it, please smash that like button. I really appreciate it. Also, if you have also enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe. At the same time, I noticed that a few people are joining and subscribing, which is really, really cool. And I've seen one or two of you have also dropped off subscribed as well, maybe unsubscribed if there's a couple of things you don't like. But maybe before unsubscribing, maybe send me a message as well on the Discord if there is something that you are not too sure that you want to say or subscribe before. Even if you drop off if you unsubscribe, that's totally fine. Just let me know why. That's always good for me to learn as well, so then I can learn maybe what about my content you didn't like. It doesn't happen often, but if it does or you ever do, please let me know, because I'd like to know how I can improve my content. I'm always looking to improve, really try and reinvigorate the scene, and I've got lots more things coming forward that could be really fun. So yeah, just let me know, because I'm always down to improve. I'm never going to get offended. I'd rather know than don't know. So yeah, feel free just to always shoot me a message, or if there's something you didn't like on a particular stream, say, hey Logic, you know, I saw this stream and it was great, but this was a bit this, or this was a bit that. But always try and keep it positive. Don't always just say, oh, this was this and this and this and this was bad. Just say, I like these elements, but this one could have been a little bit better if maybe tried it like this. Obviously, I will take your opinions into consideration. Doesn't mean I can always, you know, I might come back with a response being like, you know, I wasn't able to do this because of X, Y, Z, or this wouldn't work because of this reason. But yeah, it's always good to get conversation going. Did wrong going Derby? Oh, okay. The only thing that can prevent KOTH from being best are KOTH animations. Yeah, maybe. I mean, KOTH could be really sick. It really could be. I'm kind of excited for them, yeah. Yeah, Dowie's a pretty safe pick in this current meta. Because there's not too far wrong you can go with a Dowie. Not really. There are a couple of really expensive units you can try and utilize, like going Elite Dowie and hoping you have some preparations for them. Or going like Rune Smiths and Rune Lords, like going like certain units that are like really expensive but have no real use, or like you can't protect with them is also like quite, like going really wide with the Dowie is good and bad. You just got to try and think how you can outmaneuver your opponent in this particular way, and I think Dowie's one of the stronger ones. Like, there are a lot of factions, like, for example, Undead really struggle because you have to take certain entities to gel well together, and when they do gel well together, they're very difficult to deal with. Whereas with Dowie, you could take a mishmash and do okay in general. That's the one nice thing about Dowie. That's what a lot of brand new players like about Dowie, is the fact that you, in general, have to go towards the Dowie, so you don't have to micro so much. And in theory, you can't really go too wrong. And they're very heavily armoured. They're very good in every single department. They're better than average, I would say. Just the one thing that they really struggle in the multiplayer scene is, of course, mobility. Yeah, I mean, you can say that. I find them very interesting in the way of, for example, you can't... Oh, so we have some builds. Right, let me add a Bilbo. All right. I don't know. Wait, that is kind of sick, but you need 300 minimum units, yeah. Cool. Yeah, they are maybe a little bit boring in this format. Yeah, I could agree with that. I could agree with that. Yeah, sadly, like obviously that's why someone keeps winning. You hopefully shouldn't keep seeing the same factions, but it seems that Dillatron wanted to play them. Well, if we go on to the next one, hopefully we shouldn't see Dowie on the next one. I think we've seen Dowie in 4 out of 6. No, 4 out of 7 so far. So at least every other game. So it makes sense. Makes sense. Cool. How are they going to gash into game 3? There's a few ways they can do it for sure. How they will decide to do it, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Aha. Nice. So, people's armies are set. They will build and they will go. So that'll be pretty fun. Dillatron's response was, "Oh God, yep, yep, you've been dealt a dirty one, my friend." So for the Dowie, we have double Thanes with a pretty expensive Belegar Iron Hammer. We are going to be having 2 units of miners, 3 units of dwarf warriors, 4 units of the. Oh no, no, shoot me! I forgot what they're called. Iron Drakes. 3 units of hammerers and the Grumbling Guard. No, I don't think he understands. Type them here so that Dilatron can see. Don't forget to change the name. Thank you, buddy. We'll do that right now. So, Miss Phoenix will go to... Can we finish Son of the Mountains? Yes, we can. Son of the Mountains. Mr. Predator. Lovely jubbly. And then we will go to... Mr. Zilatron. Cool. Right, we're both ready. Nice, let's do this. Ah, Mr. Rubber Duck of War. How are we, sire? Hope we're doing well. You've come in at just the perfect time. How are you, friend? How are you? Hope you've had a good evening. Quack, quack indeed. Big quacks in the chat. I heard if you feed the duck breads, he brings you life. Don't know if I've got any bread in the immediate chat, probably not. Oh, might be able to find some. Quickly, people, find the bread. Find the bread. Send in your offerings. Send in your offerings. Calm the mighty duck powers. Alright, so for the front line, we are going to be having 3 units of Marauded Hunter Javelins. Good anti-large missiles. We'll also be having some familiar with the great weapons. Triple gold chevron as well. Triple gold chevron javelins. And it looks like here we'll be having the familiar Beelfiend of Fire. I believe it's coming with all its items. So we'll have the Arcane Conduit, the Scroll of Power, Scroll of Shielding, and the Scroll of Leeching, with the Flaming Sword of Ruin from the Mist, as well as Kindle Flame and Evasion. In the front, though, we are going to have the big man himself, Throg, who will have the Wintertooth Crown, Vital Die, Copious Vomit, and obviously that regeneration. You're going to have the Marauder Spearman in the front as well, 2 units of the anti-large with the triple gold chevron as well. So it's going to be very handy up against these stunties. Bread for the bread gods. Or is it bread for the dark gods? Oh, for the dark gods, indeed. So, miners in the front line, and no, just normal ones. More Dwarf Warriors. Dwarf Warriors, and we have some Iron Drakes in the back. Triple Hammerers, as well as the Grumbling Guard in the middle. With the double Thane here, one with the Silver Horn of Vengeance, one here with the Rune of Dismay. Better got Iron Hammer here with the Revenge Incarnate, as well as the Mighty Earthstone Rally and the Hammer of Ungrund, which will actually disable itself under 50% leadership. I was kind of hoping they would delete that unit or that item. It's just so garbage. But 4 units of Iron Drakes in the middle, miners on either side, even with those silver chevrons. It looks gorgeous, this army. This army is gorgeous, but this one, oh, there's nothing that beats this cake. Please feed the ducks so there's more meat on it. Yes, indeed, Kadane, there is only one duck god. I smell heresy. It looks like Zypher's coming after you, Mr. Bread God. Or should I call you a rubber ducky god? So good luck, have fun from both sides. This is going to be pretty horrific here for the Norskans. That is the reason why. So lots of flames here up against the spearmen. I'm not really quite sure that Predator had quite in mind what... sorry, Diddletron had quite in mind what might come for him. But we do have the Fimir Warriors with the great weapons, armor sundering, but they also have magic damage. They are anti-large, but they do have armor piercing. So it mixes and does all the good things there. And this is going to be the big bad chase on. Flaming fire here into the nice, fantastic Throg, who's going to smash apart these miners. We are going to have the triple threat chasing. Belagar with the mighty Earthstone, with that expert charge defense as well. Oh no, look at the Iron Drakes ruining the Marauders day to day. Terrible stuff here in the back line, ripping apart this nice ranged unit. Looks like the Famirs are just about killing out the Dwarf Warriors. 40 minute defense for them. Hammer is going to be swinging nice and high here. Not really doing too much yet, but we'll stroke a few on the way through. And we'll move here as we can fire here up against the Famir Warriors. Looks like in the middle, Overcast is going to be the scroll of ability. Trying to get the fire sword down as much as you can. Trying to increase that base weapon damage. And also infuse magic damage, which is a bit painful as well. Because some of these actually have fire resistance and magic resistance, so they're just going to do nothing against the Iron Drakes now. They will have an increased base weapon damage, but I don't really know if that's going to help. I really don't know if that's going to help, but Famir's going to be running away with his great weapons. Is getting chased here by Hammers. Hammers should be able to thump pretty hard here. I've actually never seen this. I've never seen this fight, actually. But I'm pretty sure the Hammer should absolutely thump the Famir Warriors. They have a negation. They do have armor sundering, though. So it's not a 70 armor, but they do magic damage. Yeah, but looks like the Hammers are absolutely thumping the Famir Warriors pretty hard. Yeah. So Diddletron is going to pull out, and I think that's going to be a tough one there. That's going to be a tough one. Diddletron had a tough game there. Yeah, sadly Diddletron got slapped a bit, but 417 here for the Thamir Belfiend, 130 to 80. Yeah, overall, yeah, 526 is not bad. But yeah, in general, the rest just got slapped here. I wonder what the range did. 600, 750, 900. Yeah, yeah. 600, 300, 750, and 550 there for the Grumbling Guard. Yeah, the rest just trash canned. Good stuff. I'm sorry. GG though. Yeah, GG's well played. Right, let's see if we can get Bilbo in. Should really get him in for his last game. So this should be the last game, unless, of course, Ducky wants a game. I know he said he might want to play today. Bilbo, I can't see you. We'll give him 2 minutes if he doesn't respond. So I'll send Bilbo a message, see what he says, and we'll see how we go. Is that it? Not so yet. I'm too tired to play, so skip me. Yeah, no problem, my friend, no problem. We do have Bilbo. I did say Bilbo could play, but if not, we'll probably it right there. And yeah. So give him 2 minutes, but yes. If not, we can end it right there with our victor, Mr. Predator. Let me give you a point. Let me give you a point. I haven't given you a point yet. Big fat Dubskis right there. Oh, Diddletron had 2 for some reason. I thought I got rid of that. Diddletron had a nil point. Very nice, very nice, very nice. So I sent a message at 22. It's 23 now. So I'll give him until 25. If he doesn't respond to me by 25, we'll axe the day. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope it was something different. Perhaps it was a bit slow. I hope not. But either way, I hope you had some fun. It looks like Narandon just left anyway. I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll call it there today then. It's like nobody else is ready to play. So we'll call it there today. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, of course, please do all the good things. Like, comment, subscribe. All of the fantastic stuff. I've got some good content to come forward. I have some video series to put out. We have some big tournaments we're still organising, unfortunately. Sometimes some of these massive tournaments do take a while to organise, so do bear with me whilst we're getting those underway. I'll be doing a... Yeah, I think it's over, buddy. I think it's over. But thank you very much for playing anyway. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. We have a sub-faction tournament, clearly. That's what you guys want to come forward. We'll also be having Battlemania. And then we've got 3 big Warhammer tournaments, and I mean big. Yeah, thanks very much, Luck, for hanging out, buddy. It was really awesome. So we have 3 big tournaments coming in the future. We also have some other brand new content I haven't talked about yet, so it should be pretty fun. But other than that, guys, take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next video or live stream. And if you do want to get hold of me, drop into the Discord, send some messages in there. Come meet all the new people. We have loads of leagues going on currently for new players. Hopefully getting a big player league coming in as well. So yes, take care of yourselves. I'll see you all very, very soon.